Alright, so here we go again. I know it has been a while since the last video, but just so you know, I'm going to update very inconsistently on this channel, so don't expect anything. I'll try to make at least one video a month, but not promising, because this channel will basically be the most low effort channel on YouTube ever, because I'm just going to make like these voiceover, and you can see my speed paints in the background and nothing more than that, and me rambling about some specific topic about webtoons and webcomics in general. So yeah. And before we start with today's topic, I wanted to say I have a Patreon account. Yay! I finally launched it. Launched it. And you can find the link in the video description. And it's about my webcomic, My Masochistic Boss. It's basically just a really silly rom-com between a masochistic boss, who would have thought, and her author. And yeah, as you can see, I'm top notch when it comes to promoting my stuff. So here we go, I guess. Alright, one of the questions I had always asked myself from the beginning was, how often should I upload episodes? And how long should they ideally or optimally be? Well, I think that always depends, of course. Many of the very popular series on Webtoon Canvas usually have very short episodes that go about like 50 to 20 panels maximum, while originals are of course very long, with at least 40 panels per week, which is pretty crazy. This is mainly because almost all original creators have assistants, while Canvas creators almost always do it completely on their own. And on top of that, Canvas puts your episodes at the top of the Canvas page after you upload it, which is how most readers actually become aware of your series. This is of course one of the reasons why you want to upload as often as possible as a Canvas creator. Now, of course, the question arises, how much is enough and how much is too much? I think there's a graphic from Samurai Flame that I found on Twitter that sums up the problem of it pretty good. There is this, and maybe I can even show it to you in the video, I'm not 100% sure, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but there is this problem, right? As an original creator, you have assistants, you get paid, you can do and you are supposed to make very long episodes. But as a Canvas creator, we don't get really paid, like maybe with the ad revenue if you're lucky, etc. But maybe with like Patreon, check it out in the video description, or Ko-Fi, but essentially we don't really get paid for anything, and that is because Canvas is like Webtoons is not our main job. For most of us, I assume, we have a job, we have a private life, we have other things to do and obligations, so it becomes really tricky because you want to have an update channel, right? You want to update regularly, but you're not really sure how you're supposed to do that. And with regularly, I mean not necessarily that you need to feel pressure to update every week, but that you should have a consistent upload schedule, even if that means only like once a month or twice a month. Talk about it how I decided my own schedule. And how, when I'm updating my own episodes, I'm doing it like thrice a month. So every 10th day, I'm going to update one more episode of My Masochistic Boss. And that is because my episodes are a little bit shorter. They're like 15 panels, around 15 panels, one or twice, like 60, or then like 12 or 30. They're a little shorter. They're not super long. So I can afford to update like thrice a month. I could probably easily do 4 times a month, but I want to have a little bit of a buffer in like early access on Patreon, which is why I'm only doing it like thrice a month. There's a problem, right? I can do that because it's a rom-com. It's a very simple story, and as a reader, you can come like after 10 days, you can still come to the series and you can read it and you're like, oh yeah, I get what is happening, etc. But when you have a story that is a little bit more complicated, has a little bit more lore, essentially things that the reader needs to keep in mind to understand the rest of the story, becomes a little bit more problematic to have very short episodes, because it kind of hinders the reading experience, or at least that was always my thought when I was like working on the Impera app, because the Impera app has a very serious story. But which is why I never really wanted to have like very short episodes, because I do feel like you have like, if you're the reader and you only read very small chunks, it's kind of annoying, because you're like, oh, I don't know if I can keep everything in mind until the next time. Because you need to keep in mind that especially Canvas readers read a lot. I'm sure that most readers on Canvas are actually like very generous, and they read a lot more than like the casual readers who only read stuff like from the originals, on only the very popular ones from Webtoon Canvas, because they get promoted on like the starting side and they don't even really know the difference between Canvas and original. Canvas readers are, they read a lot of stories, and you're not the only story they're reading about. So having very long episodes is not only very hindering for yourself, but also hindering for the readers, because they're like, all right, I have a lot of other stuff I still need to do that day, and I have a lot of other webtoons I want to read. So having a very long episode might actually be more scary for them, if you know what I mean. At least I can see myself being like, oh, alright, I can't read it right now because I'm in a hassle, so I'm going to read it in the next days or anything, and then I forget about it and I don't do it. In contrary to very short webtoons, when I read My Succubus Girlfriend, I'm like, alright, even if I don't really have a lot of time that day, I'm like, alright, it's just 10 or 12 panels. I know that the episodes are short, so I can read it right now. Still, even if I don't have a lot of time, I can still read it. But if I'm reading a story where I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to be longer, I'm like, oh, I'm going to read it in the weekend when I have time somewhere else. And then that is actually one of the reasons why I drop a lot of webtoons, is that because when the episodes, I know the episodes are longer, I don't really find the time to actually read them. And I do believe that is one of the reasons why comedy is so popular, why a lot of romance webtoons are so popular, because they have short episodes where something is still happening, not like only 5 panel episodes, but like 20 to 50 panels, etc. Something is happening, but not too much, so that the readers can still like keep on track with other webtoons that they are reading. So I do believe that if you have a more simple story, it's better. But I can absolutely understand why you don't want to make short episodes if you have a very serious story, because it kind of sucks. I do believe that it's way better for the reading flow for the readers if you have a very long episodes and you end on a very nice cliffhanger that is so satisfying, and I love that, and it is so good. But the reality is, if you don't have a huge following already and you want to gain a huge following, like maybe, I guess that's your reasoning why you're on this website. You want readers, right? We are not showing our stories so that no one is going to read them. We want people to read it, right? And if that is your goal at the end of the day on this website, it is better to update more frequently. Now, if you're spamming, I do have the feeling like if you're spamming, you can still do that, absolutely. Even if you have like 5 panels, if you have five, you can make episodes that are like 5 panels, that's absolutely okay. But then you maybe update more frequently. Maybe you're like, okay, then I update 3 times a week and not only 1 time a week. And that is essentially better for you, I guess. Yeah, it should be better, actually. It should be better, because you end up more often on the front page, like on the front page from the Discover side, the Canvas side. Oh my god, I guess Discover doesn't exist anymore. but yeah, you essentially end up more often there, so more people are going to see, oh, there's a story and it exists. But personally, I also really don't like the idea of having so much episodes where it's kind of annoying as a reader, honestly, especially if you are binging through the episodes. You're like a new reader and they're like 170 episodes and you read 5 panels and then the next episode, 5 panels and then the next episode, 5 panels and then it's kind of annoying. It's really annoying. Like if they're at least 10 panels, it's not that annoying to me, but if it's only 5, I don't know, it is kind of annoying, but I mean, it's free content, so no one is going to complain about it, alright? Never complain about something about like this about to the creator, because they would probably also like to have more longer episodes, but they know what is more profitable, and which is why they are doing it like this, and I absolutely understand why they are doing it like this. It's really reasonable, and come to the conclusion that both sucks, to be completely honest. And now I'm coming back to the graphic, to the picture that Samurai Flame explained, and I think it's so good, honestly. If you want good quality and more updates, you gotta accept that you need to make the commitment that you make short episodes. If you want long episodes and frequent updates, your quality is gonna suffer. It's gonna look probably pretty bad, or it's going to look bad. And if you want good quality and longer episodes, you gotta accept that you're going to update less frequently. And I gotta say, having updates that are long and good quality, and you know you're going to restrict yourself like maybe once, and if it goes good twice a month, you're going to have a very hard time gaining a readership on Webtoon Canvas. It's really sad, but quantity is just as equally necessary as quality in that point. Not always, definitely not. There are always exceptions to the rules, right? But in general, it really is more difficult if you're like only updating once a month or twice a month as someone who doesn't have a following. If you already have a following, this is a different story. But if you're someone who tries to find a readership, I do recommend that you suck it up and split your episodes as good as possible on good points. It's not always the case, but try and make shorter episodes so that you can at least update twice a month or maybe thrice a month. That would be good. Obviously, if you can update weekly, I do believe weekly updating is probably the best, but I can't do that. Like, you need to figure out what is the best for yourself, what you can work with the best for yourself. And if you want to make long, good quality episodes, you gotta probably accept that you won't gain so many page views, and having more page views often ends up having more readers. Logic, I guess. So yeah, it kind of sucks, and I totally get it, because I think like the second episode of the Impera app has like over 60 panels. It's crazy long, and no one was really reading it, but I still put so much effort into the writing. It's a very serious story. It looks great. The art is perfect. Very long episodes, especially like the second episode. And I wanted to make longer episodes, but the thing is that you have a restriction on the Webtoon Canvas on how much you can actually upload, in contrary to the Webtoon Originals, or at least that's what I've been told, that Webtoon Originals can make their episodes as long as they want to, while Canvas creators have a limit of how long they can make their episodes. So even though a lot of readers might write in the comment section like, oh, why is the episode so short? Believe me, they don't want long episodes, because I do have the feeling that a lot of readers don't have the attention span. They don't have a long attention span, essentially. I don't want to come off as rude, but I mean, it makes sense. A lot of the readers are very young, so getting into very serious stories where they have very complicated stuff, etc., might actually not interest them that much, and I kind of get it. I would have probably seen it, would have been like this in my years too. No, actually not. I always loved very serious and very complicated stories. I was always a sucker for this shit, not gonna lie. But I do believe that it is probably better to do it like this. If you, like, I come to the conclusion, or at least that was my decision that I made now with my Masochistic boss, because I do believe I learned from the Impera app. By the way, the Impera app is on hiatus for now. Just wanted to state it right here. Just for now. But because I'm working on my Masochistic boss for now, which is why I made the decision for my Masochistic boss that it is a silly story, it's a rom-com, and readers are going to be able to, even after 10 days, they can still recognize what was happening. They will still know. So thrice a month is my plan for now, and around 15 panels per episode is a pretty good length in my eyes. It's not totally short, so you get annoyed as someone who binges through the episodes, but it's not too long to destroy the short attention span of some readers. Man, that sounds so mean when I say it like this, but it's just facts. Like, I do believe it's facts. So yeah, I do believe, I said that a lot, right? That that is actually like the best option that you can go for, because I don't want the quality to suffer. I don't want to rush the episodes. I do rush them actually, but I still try to take as much effort into it as possible in that remain of time, and to meet my deadlines, right? But at the same time, I want to update more frequently, because you have a huge advantage if you update more frequently. I don't want to update just 1 or twice a month. I mean, it's just thrice a month, but it's still like, if you do the math, it's 12 episodes more in a year or so. That is a huge difference in my eyes. So yeah, that's how I would do it. Now it's yours to do. You can make longer, frequent updates, but your quality is gonna suffer. You can make good quality episodes that are frequently updated, but you're gotta accept that your episodes gotta be shorter. You can make long episodes with good quality, but then you gotta accept that you're maybe only updating once a month, probably once a month, not even twice a month. That is going to happen. I think like Lucky from KS Hell. Oh man, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it wrong. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Like it updates also like once or twice a month, and that is because the episodes are, for Canvas webtoon at least, a little longer, way longer to be honest, and like the quality is top notch. It looks so beautiful, so obviously it's going to take a lot of time, and you gotta accept the fact that you're not updating as much, so growth will be a little harder on you, especially for someone who never had a huge following on any other side. I think I'm kind of repeating myself, I know, but let me know what you think and why you would maybe prefer having longer episodes, because obviously longer episodes are better for the reading experience, but at the same time, yeah, it's hard as a creator, and it's something that we need to decide for ourselves how much we are going or willing to put in. Obviously, you need to make realistic goals. Like, please set up realistic goals that you can try to actually fulfill within your own time. And if you're a parent, if you have a job, if you have etc., then don't expect to be super productive or update weekly. I think that is impossible. I don't believe that's possible. Like, if you can update weekly with all of that, you're probably superhuman, not gonna lie. Oh my god, it's already 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I just wanted to rant a bit, and I'm going to make some videos in the future like this where I'm just rambling and stating my thoughts on some topics that I was like bringing making my mind about on Webtoon and being a Webtoon canvas creator. So yeah, as I said, if you want any links, social media, Patreon, etc., it's all in the description. And yeah, please check me out.